For decades, four companies controlled nearly every outboard motor on the water: Yamaha, Mercury, Suzuki, and Honda. They set the prices, made the rules, and dominated dealer networks. Then something happened that few American boaters saw coming. A Chinese manufacturer started selling engines that cost 30 to 50% less than the top competitors. But here's the thing: these were not cheap knockoffs. They were EPA-certified, warranty-backed motors offering legitimate alternatives at prices that challenged everything established brands took for granted. If you want to know how this changes the economics of boating, keep watching. What I am about to reveal will make you rethink what you are willing to pay for your next outboard. Feel free to subscribe if this video helps. Parsun Power Machine Company started manufacturing outboard motors in 2001 in Suzhou, China. For over 2 decades, they have quietly built engines ranging from 2.6 horsepower portable models to 115 horsepower offshore-capable units. Their products carry EPA and CE certifications, meeting environmental standards required for sale in the United States and Europe. The company manufactures both 2-stroke and 4-stroke engines, plus electric outboards, creating a product lineup that mirrors offerings from established brands. Unlike unknown startups flooding the market with unproven products, Parsun has operated for over 20 years, building a global manufacturing presence across Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, and Oceania. Their products are registered in China, the United States, Canada, and over 100 countries worldwide. This is not a fly-by-night operation. This is a legitimate manufacturer with global distribution challenging the pricing structure American boaters have accepted for generations. The numbers tell the story that established manufacturers don't want discussed. A Parsun F115 4-stroke engine with electronic fuel injection sells for $9,895 through US dealers. Compare this to Mercury, Yamaha, or Honda 115 horsepower engines, typically priced between $12,000 and $16,000. That is a price difference of $3,000 to $7,000 for comparable horsepower ratings. The savings extend across their entire lineup. A Parsun 2.6 horsepower portable sells for $679 versus Mercury or Yamaha models at $990 to $1,120. A Parsun 60 horsepower electronic fuel injection 4-stroke costs $5,995 compared to Mercury or Yamaha 60 horsepower engines averaging $8,600 to $9,600. A 40 horsepower Parsun electronic fuel injection model sells for $5,395, while comparable Mercury or Yamaha engines cost $6,500 to $7,500. These are not marginal differences. These are savings that make boat ownership accessible to families priced out by established brands. For a first-time buyer choosing between a $6,000 Yamaha and a $4,000 Parsun, that $2,000 difference might mean buying a boat this year or waiting another 3 years. Parsun engines aren't stripped-down basic motors lacking essential features. Their 4-stroke models include CDI ignition systems through propeller exhaust, thermostat-controlled water cooling, and blow-by-gas reburning systems. Higher horsepower models feature electronic fuel injection, electric start, power trim and tilt, and remote steering options. The F115 model includes a 10-amp alternator, labyrinth exhaust system for reduced noise, and overheat warning systems. Build quality undergoes over 500 hours of endurance testing according to company specifications. Each engine receives at least 1 hour of individual testing before leaving the production line. The engines utilize standard marine components including aluminum construction, stainless steel hardware where appropriate, and conventional lower unit designs that marine mechanics recognize. They are not revolutionary in technology. They are competent in execution at prices significantly below established competitors. Warranty coverage provides 3 years of limited protection for pleasure use through authorized North American dealers. This matches standard warranty periods from Mercury, Yamaha, and Suzuki for recreational applications. Parts availability exists through dealer networks, though coverage is less extensive than major brands with decades-long market presence. Service manuals, parts catalogs, and technical documentation are available through dealer channels and company websites. Here's where Parsun faces legitimate challenges that buyers must understand. The US dealer network is sparse compared to Mercury, Yamaha, Honda, and Suzuki. Finding authorized Parsun service centers requires research. Many coastal areas have 1 or 2 dealers within a 100-mile radius. Rural areas may have none. This creates warranty service challenges if problems develop. The warranty process requires buyers to locate authorized service centers or marine shops willing to work with Parsun. The company provides inspection report forms to shops, and shops then have 30 days to submit detailed reports including technician information, problem descriptions, parts lists, and labor estimates. Parsun reviews these reports to determine warranty coverage. This process differs from established brands, where authorized dealers handle warranty claims directly through manufacturer systems. Parts availability has improved, but remains less comprehensive than major brands. Common wear items like impellers, spark plugs, and basic maintenance components are generally available through dealers. Specialized parts, or less common components, may require longer shipping times, sometimes from international warehouses. This creates a vulnerability if you need your boat operational quickly, or if you operate in remote locations far from dealer support. For specific boating applications, Parsun represents genuine value rather than false economy. Backup engines for sailboats where the outboard sees limited annual hours make perfect sense. A Parsun 9.8 horsepower 4-stroke at $1,400 versus a Yamaha at $2,300 saves $900 on an engine running perhaps 20 to 40 hours per season. If it lasts 5 to 7 years, the savings justify the purchase, even accounting for potentially higher long-term costs. Tender motors for larger boats represent another logical application. A Parsun 5 horsepower portable at $939 moves dinghies and inflatables adequately at half the cost of Honda or Yamaha equivalents. For engines stored on davits or in garages, receiving careful maintenance and limited saltwater exposure, Parsun reliability typically proves acceptable. Budget-conscious recreational boaters prioritizing getting on the water over brand prestige find genuine value. A family buying their first fishing boat or pontoon can equip a vessel with a Parsun 40 horsepower for $5,300 versus $7,200 for established brands, redirecting that saved $2,000 toward electronics, safety gear, or simply keeping money in savings for fuel and maintenance. Small commercial operators running multiple boats where engine reliability is critical, but budgets are tight use. Parsun motors strategically. Fishing guides, rental operations, and water taxi services operating in areas with Parsun dealer support report satisfactory performance when properly maintained. The key phrase is properly maintained. These operators perform regular service, do not skip oil changes, and address minor issues immediately rather than deferring maintenance. Parsun motors lack the refinement of premium brands. They run adequately but not silently. They start reliably but not instantly every time. They deliver rated horsepower but not with the smooth power delivery of Honda or Yamaha engines. For buyers expecting Mercury Verado performance at Parsun prices, disappointment is guaranteed. For buyers accepting that a $4,000 engine performs like a $4,000 engine, satisfaction is achievable. Resale value represents another significant limitation. Used Parsun motors sell for substantially less than comparable Mercury or Yamaha engines. A 3-year-old Parsun 40 horsepower motor might sell for $1,800 to $2,200, while a similar age Yamaha brings $3,500 to $4,200. This depreciation difference partially offsets initial purchase savings when calculating total cost of ownership over 5 to 7 years. The dealer network remains Parsun's biggest weakness. If you live in Miami, Charleston, or coastal Texas, where dealers exist, support is available. If you boat in rural Minnesota, Montana, or inland regions with sparse dealer coverage, Parsun ownership becomes problematic. Warranty service requires shipping engines or driving hours to authorized service centers. This is not theoretical. This is reality that buyers must research before purchasing. The real threat Parsun represents isn't about individual sales. It's about what happens when enough boaters realize they are paying premiums for brand names rather than proportional quality differences. A Mercury 40 horsepower engine selling for $7,000 offers superior refinement, better dealer support, and higher resale value than a Parsun at $5,300. But does it offer $2,000 worth of superior performance? For some buyers, yes. For many others, absolutely not. Established manufacturers maintained pricing power through controlled distribution, limited competition, and brand loyalty built over decades. When a viable alternative appears, offering 70 to 75% of the performance at 50 to 60% of the price, the value equation shifts. Buyers start questioning whether they are paying for engineering excellence or market dominance. This pricing pressure forces responses from established brands. Mercury, Yamaha, and Honda cannot match Parsun pricing without destroying profit margins. They can emphasize superior dealer networks, better resale value, and refinement advantages. They can offer aggressive financing or promotional pricing on previous year models. But they cannot ignore a competitor offering legitimate products at prices that make boating accessible to buyers they have priced out of the market. Parsun will not replace Mercury, Yamaha, or Honda for most American boaters. The dealer network is not extensive enough, the brand reputation is not established enough, the refinement is not competitive enough, but Parsun does not need to replace established brands to change the market. They just need to capture enough market share to force pricing pressure and expand options for budget-conscious buyers. For the right buyer in the right situation, Parsun represents genuine value. A sailboat owner needing backup power, a pond boat operator wanting basic propulsion, a first-time buyer choosing between a used Mercury with unknown history or a new Parsun with a 3-year warranty. These buyers benefit from competition that did not exist when 4 companies controlled every option. The question is not whether Parsun engines match Mercury or Yamaha quality. They do not. The question is whether they offer acceptable performance at prices that expand access to boating. For thousands of American boaters, the answer is yes, and that reality represents the change established manufacturers hoped would never arrive.